What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. This is your match reaction live, and hate to say I told you so. You can go back, if you haven't seen it already, watch the preview from yesterday. Wasn't being negative, I was being a realist. Saw this result coming an absolute million miles off. Million miles off. Our away form, our fitness concerns, getting bored of saying all the injury stuff now, like I really am. But all of that going on, Luton being so close to beating big teams in the league lately, like Arsenal, Man City, drawn against Liverpool. They've been so close to that big scalp. It was coming, and it was always going to come at Newcastle's expense. I was there on Tuesday night against Stamford Bridge, and said it then, called it then that we would get beat off Luton. Seen it coming all day long, and that's what's happened. 1-0 away to Luton. Trying not to lose my temper or rant on this one, really, because I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. Like I said, knew it was going to happen. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's massively disappointing. It's a massive downer. It's the eve of Christmas Eve, and we're getting beat off Luton Town. Luton Town. Aye. Gonna go through the match soon. Go through your comments, go through my notes, and I tell you what, obviously every full-time whistle, put it on my social media, the Magpie channel on Instagram and all that. Follow them if you're not already, where everyone can have their say in the comments. And I tell you what, everyone is really going for it in the comments this week. A lot of people slating Eddie Howe, a lot of people going after him, going after the tactics, going after no plan B, going after the players, saying a lot of them didn't look like they could be arsed, didn't look like they cared. So a lot of them are getting pelters today. I tell you what, that performance, it just wasn't good enough, was it? It really wasn't good enough. We're going to run through what I do on the match reaction, people, where we'll go through my notes from the start of the game to right at the end, and then we'll talk about it with you lot and get your crack on the go as well. On the screen, we'll have your chats up. So, first of all, I have to say, Trippier starting was an absolute madness. Absolute madness. Really was. Tino on the bench, Trippier starting. After Trippier's cost us the last few games. Not going to go into all that again. I did a video on Trippier the other day. But, he was getting bullied early on. Trippier was getting bullied. He couldn't pass the ball a few yards. He was getting caught out time and time again. Luckily for him, it went out of play a couple of times. But Trippier was just miles off it like he has been for weeks. Strange decision from Eddie Howe to put him in the firing line yet again. And in the opening 10 minutes, we were absolutely useless. That opening 10 minutes was a really hard watch. I fancy just turning it off there and then. Really did. Not closing down. Not even closing down anymore. Nowhere near Luton Town's tempo. Luton at home were brilliant. They have been good this season. They just haven't got the results to match, really. They've conceded late goals, which we were obviously hoping we might nick one later on, but not the day, Not the day. We were pathetic. Couldn't keep the ball in them opening 10 minutes. And Luton were just passing it around, dominating where they had loads of energy. They were flying in. They were dead up for it. Much better in the next 10 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes, we were much better. Got a bit of control in the game. Had some good movement. And it all could change with Wilson's header. It's a fantastic cross by Anthony Gordon to Callum Wilson on a plate, a few yards out, straight at the keeper. Not good enough. Not good enough, that one, for me. That should have been 1-0 through Callum Wilson, and then things could obviously change, because once these go 1-0 up, in that atmosphere, in that stadium, the way we're tiring, we were never going to come back on that. Never going to come back on that. And then, obviously, after that missed chance, and then the game goes on, Andros Townsend. Remember him. Obviously, it had to be Townsend. From a corner, poor defending, Miley loses man. Trippier's not watching. Ross Barkley with the assist. Andros Townsend with the goal. What year is it? Are we heading to 2024 or 2004? Because I've got Ross Barkley and Andros Townsend scoring goals against... Oh, my God. Oh, mate. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He's even got senior on the back of his top. Townsend senior. Jesus Christ. This bloke went into punditry, went to Turkey for a haircut, got his receding hairline sorted out, and now he's back playing in the Premier League, scoring against us. Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe what I was... Well, I could, because I called it, said in the preview get beat, but Townsend, of all people, it had to be ex-Magpie, Andros Townsend. Jesus Christ. I will say fair enough for the celebration. Thought it was a very good celebration. They even had his shirt ready. Tom Lockyer's shirt ready on the hanger. They knew they were going to win the day as well. But fair play for that celebration. I do hope Tom Lockyer is recovering well at home. And it was a nice touch from the Newcastle fans to have that banner in support of him. So, Lascelles, another injury. Lascelles was forced off. Botman comes on. Miley gets dragged off. Eddie Howe takes Miley off. And Alexander Isak comes on to try and offer some support for Wilson. He's in the number 10 behind Wilson. And it kind of gave her a bit lease of life for a few minutes, but not much. Second half, Brown hits the bar for Luton. Very start of the second half, Brown hits the bar. That's the second time they've hit the bar this game, where Ross Barkley was a great strike, to be fair to him. Bloody hell, he had a good game, Barkley. I'm taking the mick out of how long have Barkley and Townsend been playing football for, but fair play to them. They both had good games today. It nearly bounces off the Brafka's back and goes in. Lucky for us, it doesn't. And then Newcastle had the odd moment. I know everyone in the comments and everyone online and everyone's going mental, and rightfully so. It's a pathetic performance away at Luton defeat. But at the same time, we did have our moments. And this is a big one as well. We mentioned Wilson's header at 0-0. This one is the start of a big one because it's a brilliant corner. Nicely worked by Trippier. And he plays it at Bruno. I think he's just on the edge of the box. Miles wide. Miles wide from Bruno. That's a poor shot. You'd want to be hoping for better there. You'd want to be hoping to test the keeper at least. So that's poor from Bruno. And then the big moment, the VAR drama. I've seen loads of people say it's not offside. It was ridiculously tight. Like, for me, I don't think it's offside either. The lines, they took ages to draw them. They took ages VAR to come to that conclusion. I don't think it was offside at all. But it is tight, and I wasn't expecting it to be given. You know how I crack. It's, yeah. But that's a big moment as well, because that goes to 1-1 with a bit left to play. So it would give us an opportunity to kick on, or even bloody hell get a draw. You'd take a point. Definitely would now, in hindsight after the game, obviously. But even at the time, you'd probably take it. And then, like I say, Newcastle closed the game off with some pressure, you would say, but in a sense, not really. There was not enough clear attempts. Wilson's going down, trying to win penalties. We're trying to huff and puff, but knee end product, really. Knee end product. Knee real threats towards their goalkeeper, if I'm being honest. And Lewis Hall actually goes on the pitch and gets a booking. But he needs to do that. He gets a booking, and I think it's a smart move. Their player, Luton's winger, is away, unbelievable pace. Hall brings him down, gets a yellow card with a few minutes to go. And that was that, pretty much. I've got in my notes there. That is that. I could read you through what is going on social media, because they're absolutely getting battered when I put the full-time thoughts out. But we don't need social media for that. We have our live chat. So let's go back to the very top and see what you lot are saying after that defeat to Luton. Shout out Martin for becoming a member. Probably going to do a live stream in the next few days. We're going to be doing this month's giveaway. Obviously, every month we do a giveaway. And we've got a Christmas giveaway coming up this week, even though it'll be after Christmas, since it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. But you can become a member by hitting the join button or the link in the description below. There's been loads of comments. Let me fly back to the very top. See how yous are feeling. Not very good, I'm guessing, because I said in the title, Townsend comes back to haunt the tune to ruin Geordies' Christmases. Straight in, Manny, embarrassing Eddie out. And I see a few people saying, call Eddie Howe a one-trick pony, and things like that. Listen, that away form this season isn't good enough. I'm not going to call for Eddie out at all. No chance, but the away form clearly needs addressing. One win. That's the first time we've lost against a promoted side, pardon me, in over 15 matches. And you low, says Ian. This is what people are saying as well about Miley getting pulled off and Longstaff staying on. Is Eddie Howe thinking he's tired? I mean, he's 17. Surely he's one of the only ones that can be fit enough to play a couple of games a week. Lewis is saying we need to get rid of Wilson. Pathetic. Isaac did F4. Well, Isaac had the ball in the back of the net. It was a good finish, but apart from that, did now and ultimately was offside for VAR checks. Good point by Sam. I think a lot of people are seeing this a half time as well. You know, why is Gordon's still on the pitch? Maybe bring him off, bring Tino on further forward. Lewis Hall, even Matt Ritchie at this point, because it's just like a Chelsea. Gordon looks like he can't move. Never mind sprint. He struggles to get going at all. Definitely need action from the owners, like Terry's saying there in January. Reinforcements hugely needed. Even after getting knocked out of Europe and the Carabao Cup, we still need at least like a couple of signings, at least a couple in January. I've seen a lot of this as well online. People talking about Eddie Howe's favouritism. Someone linked him to Gareth Southgate on a response to my half-time or full-time thoughts post, saying that he needs to stop being like Southgate and picking his favourites, which in essence is true to the degree of Trippier getting picked every time, because he seems to be Trippier's best pal, and no matter what Trippier does, he always seems to get on the pitch. So I hear that in one shout, and then obviously Longstaff as well was no worse than Miley, was he? And Miley's getting dragged off when Miley's been really good for us lately. Kiss goodbye to top 4 this season. We'll be lucky to finish top 7. Well, thankfully, Manchester United got beat today at West Ham 2-0 in the lunchtime kickoff, which kept us in 7th, but West Ham are above us now in 6th. Oh my days. In top 4 as it stands, we are 7 points off Spurs in 4th. So there's a long way to go in the season. I wouldn't write top 4 off yet, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be a battle for Europe at all, really, when you look at West Ham there, Man United. They've surely got to get better because they haven't been good. Brighton, Chelsea have got to get better. Aye. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Seen, again, a lot of people saying this. You know, saying it was Brucey ball today. Brucey style performance today away at Luton. Yeah, again, talking about injuries. I think, you know, when we're playing all these games, I know we have played the games, we've just played the Carabao Cup and stuff, but I don't think that performance today warrants the injuries excuse. It doesn't. You know, the Everton one, yeah, and then all the Spurs one, but now and again, I just think it's getting overused now that like Botman's came back now. I know Lascelles has went off, but Botman's came back. Longstaff's back now. I know Joe Linton's missing, so it hasn't helped, but you know, Isaac was back today. He came off the bench. And it was the first time in a long time where we've actually only had one goalkeeper on the bench. Carrius the only one today. So it's not like where there's loads of options off the bench, but there is players coming back. And for me, look at that Luton team, man. They're playing Townsend and Barkley, who are way in the 30s, way past it. And half of the players, I couldn't tell you who the hell they are. Honestly, I couldn't tell you who they are. But well done to them. They thoroughly deserve to win the day. But the point being that if you can't blame injuries for a defeat against Luton, man. And I said in the preview we get beat. I said Luton are dangerous. I said at their place they've came close against City, against Arsenal. They drew with Liverpool. Don't sleep on it. But yeah, we can't be going on this whole injury excuse forever, can we? Do you know what I mean? I love Eddie, but he's towing a fine line here. Absolute joke. Something has to change. Is Ryan. Serious questions he's asking now. This is embarrassing. Lose to Forest and Mackems, and how will be gone. Well, Forest got beat the day. There was no new manager bounce for them. 3-2 at home to Bournemouth, even though they did have a man sent off. Boxing Day at St James's. Surely we win that. Our home form is obviously what's keeping us in a decent position, really, in the top 7, top 8. And then the Mackems, my God, if we lose to them, I don't even want to comprehend it. I don't want to suffer in imagination before reality. There's no point. There is absolutely no point in that. So I'm not even going to worry. Well, actually, I am. I'm getting nervous already. But no, that's for another day. Let's just focus on the crap that's happened today. The defeat of Luton before we even comprehend not beating the Mackhams. But surely not. Surely not. Again, people saying this. Point there by Aaron. Well, Almironey also had a good chance as well in the game. To be fair, he puts it over, but I didn't expect him to do anything else. More people saying now we really need a right winger. Almiron needs replacing. Miggy Shine. Season over, says Lawrence. Embarrassing, says Miles. Forget top 4, be lucky to get top 6. Certainly did, I. And as always, I'll always be honest. I wasn't going to come on the preview and lie and be like, we'll beat Luton 2-0, 3-0, and that. I said it how I thought it was going to go. I knew we were going to get beat. Knew it all day long. You know, I had people in the comments, when you're being negative, we're never going to get beat off Luton, man. What? Getting beat off Luton? No way. There you go. Didn't want to be right. Just me. Didn't want to be right. Doesn't help me. Doesn't make me any happier. I'd rather have the 3 points for Christmas. Thank you very much. People asking to ban Luke. There we go. Luke has Hugh. Sorry. He must be spamming it. Trippier is woeful, says Manny. Can't believe Miley got pulled off. That's what people were saying. Shout out to that one, Morton. Thanks very much. Good point about the merch as well. This merch keep me warm. Do you need to put your heating on? Merch. MagpieChannel.com. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts. Disgusting, says Toon Lad. Dumb at the rescue, says Oliver. Holly saying, I thought we were totally off it today. Absolutely terrible. Well, we were, like, especially those opening stages of the game were miles off it. We didn't look anywhere near up for it. We looked like people just checked out. We looked like people had just... It looked like everyone had to do last minute Christmas shopping. They just wanted to get out of Luton, get back home, get in the America Centre, get the missus and the kids something for Christmas. And that was it. They got presents to wrap. You know what I mean? Bruno, a lot of them, they just... I didn't want to sing that. Bruno, actually, he was Ari. Well, he wasn't, was he? Missed a good chance. And no one was Ari. Let's be honest. Let me know in the comments. Was anyone Ari today? I don't think there were. Who can I pick that I think was actually Ari today? No, there's Dubravka actually made a couple of saves. I'm not always going to slate the players. You know, yeah, I said praise when they do well, criticise when the crap. I thought Dubravka pulled off some good stops today. Otherwise, it would have been more. Although from the corner, like years from crosses, he doesn't look very comfortable. But still wouldn't say he really played well. Like anybody who played well? Nah, can't think of anyone. All right, the fixture lists don't get any easier because this was the point where we thought. Obviously, we beat Fulham last week. You looked at it. Fulham, Luton, Forest before Christmas. Forest on Boxing Day. Before the New Year, and then we'll go to Liverpool. You think 9 points there, put in a good position, that. But getting beat the day. Forest now, they've got a new manager. Still should beat them, like, at home as well. But then New Year's Day, Happy New Year. Liverpool, Anfield, 8 o'clock at night. Call that one already. Mackham's in the Cup, and then Man City. Man City's at home, by the way, not away. Man City is at home. Beat them in the Cup though. So cue the condescending comments. Remember where we were. Do one. It's not Ashley or Brucey anymore, so I don't want to hear it. It's effing Luton. There we go. Shamrock balls. Ballsy comment, but true for me. You know, I mean, always got to have perspective of how far we've come, but this is Luton, like you're saying. Like they're saying, you know, it's Luton. Oh, well. Alexander doesn't think we'll buy anyone in January. Well, I'll tell you what, we're absolutely knackered if we don't buy anyone in January. We'll buy someone in January, even if it's one, even if it's the Phillips loan signing. But we've got to get a striker in for me. We've got to get that midfielder to help out for where Tonali's suspended. So the loan for Phillips makes sense. It has to be a striker or a right winger for me. It should be both, but it has to be a striker or a right winger. You know, when I look today and I look at West Ham, why the hell didn't we sign Kudos and Paqueta for that reason? Linked with Paqueta for years, Bruno's best buddy. Why didn't we sign them two, man? Imagine if we had to sign Paqueta and Kudos instead of Tonali and Hall or Tonali and Barnes. Now, I like Barnes and I hope he comes back fit and does well. I think that's a good signing. I really like Harvey Barnes. But at the minute, man, my God, Kudos would have been... How good is he? End product, exciting. He was cheap enough, only like 30-odd million. Oh, but we need someone on the right wing who can have more of an end product, to be honest with you. And like a striker, because everyone's always injured up front for us. Wilson and Isak, the first time on the pitch today for God knows how long. And you know for a fact always one of them is injured. Will's asking, do you think Eddie Howe can take us to the next level? Well, I really hope so. It's hard to say, really, because there's no evidence there from what he done at Bournemouth. He's never won a cup. This was the first time he played in Europe this year. But I think he can. I really rate Eddie Howe. I think he's a top coach. I think with a couple more signings, I think he can take us next level. Listen, we're in a cup final last year. Got in the top four. So I do think he can. And I'm still going to back him all day long, I'm going to back him all day long. I mean, the away form was worrying. I will agree with some comments about lack of a different plan or the tactics or the subs didn't look too good, but credit in the bank for me. He's got a lot of credit in the bank, Eddie Howe, and I'll still stick with him all day for me. Like, Saudi Arabia is watching, Eddie. Well, that's the thing. As much as we love him, as much as there's a lot of people that calling them out in the chat. And Amanda Staveley's backed him and all of that. Listen, the real decision makers are out there in the Middle East, aren't they? So we'll see. But nothing will happen yet. Like, nah, no way. I think it would take a drastic drop in form, and even then, they may just think, well, we'll give him the summer, give him next season. I think it's mad calling Freddie Howe to be sacked right now, to be honest with you. Jose Mourinho rumours not going away either, as it looks like his time at Roma will be done next summer, end of the season maybe. I always said that Mourinho would manage Newcastle. Said that in videos years ago. Even when we were crap, I just said I think we've got a feel, and I think Jose would love it. Yeah, the Sir Bobby connection and all that. I back Eddie. Big test for Howe in the summer, says Philbo. Needs to be ruthless in getting rid of the players. Well, we weren't ruthless last year. We were giving out deals to Matt Ritchie and Paul Dummett and Mark Gillespie and any other player that wanted them. I was going to swear there. Restrain myself. Because to be fair, Dummett done well when he came in the cup games. But nah, however, them teams have got to be gone. Tony, to be fair, on the hydration, because I'm keeping myself... Well, as soon as this finishes, to be fair, I'm going to watch Liverpool, Arsenal, and then I'm going to enjoy the boxing night. So there's a long night of drinking ahead. There is beers getting ice cold in the fridge. So for now, we'll hydrate. Hydration. Although you have no idea how hard it was for me to restrain myself from heading to that fridge and grabbing said beer when we went 1-0 down. But I wasn't surprised. It didn't come as a shock. Totally expected it. John Barnes will be back before Harvey Barnes. I like that comment, Norman. I appreciate that. I do appreciate comments like that. Something I would say that, to be fair. When I did the thing about Townsend and Barkley earlier. Get Mourinho in, says Irish Bear. Coventry put 3 past the Mattoms. Could be worse, lads. Did they? Fantastic stuff. I didn't see the Sunderland score today. I think I saw when they were getting beat 1-0. So if they got beat, funny stuff. And that's their new manager as well. Ian Beale. He's a clown. All the Sunderland fans aren't happy with him. He sounds like a right moron. Sounds like Ali G in his interview. If you have a look at the clip on social media in that way, he's talking to his first interview. It could definitely be worse. We could be in the championship with Michael Beale in charge. Michael Ian Beale. But I tell you what, that will not make Eddie Howe look good if he gets beat off him. But Jesus. Right then. Well, Townsend this week, Chris Wood next week. It's worth a bet, that, to be honest. Chris Wood header next week. I'll be getting on that. The one as well sack Howe if we don't finish in Europe, says Blakey. What time are we on now? 33. I'm up to 5:23 in the comments, people. So I'm catching up to you. We've been going on for nearly half an hour. Still 350 people tuned in. So please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds. Thank you. What else we got? We need to upgrade to Miggy and Longstaff. We were serious about being a constant. Well, that's what I'm saying. I've just seen that comment, and 5 minutes ago I was saying right winger and a midfielder in January, probably on loan, and then a striker as well. Jared Bowen would be absolutely fantastic. I would love Jared Bowen. Absolutely love him. Proven. He would come in straight away, fire them in. Look how good he is for West Ham. West Ham are on our right side, but that would be class. But how much would they want? I think he would love the move. I think he would be tempted, but how much would West Ham want for Jared Bowen realistically? What is he, 27? English now, obviously English now, been English for all his life. English international now, you know what I mean, on the verge of the team in and out of the Southgate squad. So he would be a lot of money. But and he can play as a striker as well. So I'd love Jared Bowen. Absolutely love it. Thermal hats in your stockings. Tony has a score. Too late now for stocking presents for the Magpie Channel hats. But you can always treat yourself. You know, the money you get for Christmas, take that at the card from your nana in magpiechannel.com. I don't think we will win another game away from home, unfortunately. I tell you what, if we don't win at bloody Burnley, if we don't win at Turf Moor, then questions are going to be asked. And Sunderland, more so. Good point by Nick. We do miss Willock. I was there at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup when he came on, started that game, scored. We really do miss him, you know. We look like the promoted team today, says Brownie. That's a killer comment, that. It's a killer blow, but I have to say it's true. Absolutely, aye. Maybe one or two of the lads could watch the box in the night and learn some tips, to be honest. Learn some tips. Get Xavi Alonso or Mourinho in. What's the crack with the injured players then? Asks Tony, Murphy, Willock, Pope, Barnes. Well, Murphy was going to be out for about 3 months, wasn't he? So when was that? Back in October, November. So he won't be back until probably end of January. Willock and Barnes are looking at probably second week of January. So another 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks. And Nick Pope was obviously out for 3 months as well. So he's looking at February time. Oh, no, sorry. Nick Pope's out for about 5 months, isn't he? Nick Pope's not back until about April, apparently, Nick Pope. So we've been talking about January transfer window. We've talked about right wingers, strikers, centre mids, goalkeeper in January as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, goalkeeper as well has got to be addressed, to be fair. Shame on me. All right, Gordon. Sorry about that. But yeah, calm yourself down. Lodge. Extra large. Just try extra large, Gordon. You'll be alright after Christmas. You'll be alright, man. Now I'm gonna get some more sizes in, Gordon. So we can take the shame away. Well, I'll be getting some other sizes in probably end of January or something. There'll be double XLs in then. All right, Gordon. So stay tuned for that one. What else we got then? As we'll round this up, and people have been going on for half an hour. Another few minutes. Get your last couple of questions in. Owner's got to be thinking, what the F is happening? Beating PSG, losing to Luton. Well, exactly that. And Buemo be a very good saying that, Lewis. Good shout. I like that. Again, they take the piss out with for the price they'd want, but you're gonna have to pay big money. You're gonna have to pay big money if you want to improve the team we've already got. Even if you don't, look at how expensive everyone is these days. Do you know what I mean? Bring in Solanke, says Darren. Obviously on fire, isn't he, Solanke? I'm still a little bit unsure about Solanke. Like, doesn't feel as full of confidence. I don't think he's like a really easy on the eye striker, but I suppose he's scoring goals. That's all that matters. Wouldn't be one of my top choices. Like, not bad stats, I suppose, from Bruno. However, I'm just thinking of that chance that he put wide, like he does so often. The shots from the edge of the area, he needs to be improving his goal output for me. Bruno, not even testing the keeper there was poor. Jonathan David, get him in. Do you think we need a formation change? Says Callum. Well, I think we definitely look at it. Do you know what I mean? I think in times we definitely look at it. We should be looking at going from that 4-3-3 sometimes to 4-4-2. I think 4-4-2 the day would have worked, because you could have maybe even brought Hall and Livramento in, had pace on the wings, get crosses into Wilson and Isak up top together. I think 4-2-3-1 sometimes could work for us. Have three behind Wilson. You could even play Isak behind them, in that three. So, we need to be having different ideas and different options, really. You should always have different options to switch it up depending on who the opposition is. Right then. I'm nearly caught up. Shout out Denver, Colorado there. Love to see it. Have to get out there one day. I think Mourinho has passed his best. Yeah, a couple more people saying Bruno passed his best. Shaw was horrible today, terrified of the ball, says Mukhtar. People who called Maxi frustrating. What the hell is Miggy? You got a question now. Recruitment Barnes over Kudos. I think bloody Hall, since he's not getting played over because Kudos. So I wouldn't even mind Barnes being a squad player who can play on the left and replace your Gordons and that. 1-0 Arsenal already. Oh, the game's kicked off. 1-0 Arsenal already. People are saying, "Oh, I'm missing the Arsenal game." Right, we're going to sign out for this one because I actually want to watch that. I want to watch that Arsenal game. Gabriel, nice one, Tony. 1-0 Arsenal already. I'm probably missing the cracker, so I will. That should be a good game, that one. So I'm going to sign out now, people. I'm going to sign out now. Let's just see if anyone's got a good comment before I do that. 75 million for Bowen. Whew. 80 million for Bowen. So a lot of that going on. Nice one, mate. Pleasure meeting you too. Pleasure meeting you as always. Always good to bump into you lot. Well, there's loads of comments. I thought I was nearly caught up with them. I'm going to fly through these. Oh, there we go. I am caught up. There we go. Oh, no. Nearly there. Right then, people. There we go. That will do. We've had the reaction. We've had the free lodging in Colorado. I'll take you on that one day. Definitely will. Can't say no to that. We've had a good chat there, people. 35 minutes deep in that match reaction. People calling for strikers, De Gea in on loan, all of this stuff. So that's for another video now. Newcastle have been beaten against Luton 1-0. So what happened? I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed. Never mind, people. let's forget about it. Let's move on. Christmas Eve tomorrow. Boxing Day, Forest at home. So stay tuned for the match day reaction for that one as well. Match reaction on that one. And I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks, everyone, for the support this year. Obviously, we'll do something about this closer to New Year and stuff. But yeah, hope everyone has a quality Christmas. Loads of turkey, loads of drinks, loads of chocolates, and all have a good one. Have a belter, people. I say everyone wishing happy Christmas there. Merry Christmas. Appreciate that, people. Thanks very much. And stay tuned to the Magpie Channel TV on Boxing Day. We will be back. I might even do a Merry Christmas video on Christmas Day. That used to be a bit of a tradition, so we might do that as well. But Merry Christmas, people. All the best, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy yourselves.